Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your December reading. This is a general reading, so it isn't going to resonate with all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below, where I'm featuring a half-off sale through the end of this month, December 31st of this year. So I appreciate all of you who are taking advantage of this opportunity. I have made beautiful connections and I'm really feeling supported. So thank you for that. Sagittarius, your overall energy for this month is the Page of Cups. This is, for many of you, your birthday month. And so this is describing what I believe is one of the uh, alignments, the natural alignments with Sagittarius. This is your connection to earth beings, energy, sentient spirits, all uh, uh, nature spirits are aligned with you. And for many of you have been aligned with you since early childhood. Your earliest memories are of seeing sprites, fairies, brownies, tree spirits, being able to commune with that, feeling this incredible kinship with the earth as one of a universe of sentient beings, of spiritual entities. This is sparking your creative imagination. And this is, again, highlighting your natural innocence, what some people see as gullibility, your desire to, your compulsion to see the best in everyone and everything as something that makes you naive. And despite, for many of you, years of harsh experience and challenges, this is a commitment, this is a principle you hold on to in principle. It's been tempered, absolutely, by the knowledge you've gained, the knowledge of yourself you've gained. But this is a quality that's being highlighted right now as you elevate into new spiritual awarenesses and you carry your self-knowledge with you into those spaces, but it does require this openness of heart and soul. In your present, we have the Six of Wands. This willingness to believe the best in everyone and everything, to commit to the beauty of the world despite the obvious social chaos and challenges that we face, is something that makes you a highly valued member of any collaboration or team or of your community. Your willingness to continue to do the work to get things done in a way that elevates the quality and participation of all members of society is something that is truly giving you not only a sense of success, victory, and accomplishment, but that is minor compared to the way that others with whom you work are seeing you as the necessary grease to the wheels, your inspiration, your inspired action, your equity, your respect, your fair treatment, your insistence on that makes you someone that is a part, a citizen of the better world that we're creating. In the past, the Four of Wands. There is a soul bond that you have cultivated in your past as part of the preparation for the present experience. You are joined in a significant way with this community I spoke about, with all other significant relationships in your life, which you have been carefully cultivating to evaluate the capacity of your partners, your relationships to learn and grow, to improve, to commit to the life of change, the reality of change in the world, and how one best copes with the eternal change is through the openness to learn new things, the openness to consider the positive impact of any challenge or change that we face, despite our resistances. This is something you've learned to celebrate. You know it separates you from many others who do not see the world through your eyes, who see accomplishment as something finite, material, and related to status, and in some ways almost a separation from the rest of the world through the accumulation of wealth or goods and services. That just came out of my mouth. You are aware that you understand that the ability to grow and change is the core of your ability to join and celebrate that growth and expansion of others, in fact, your entire community. In the future, we have the King of Pentacles. This is you focused on the security and stability of your material world. Isn't it ironic? With so much emphasis on your creative capacity, your openness of heart and spirit, what you have learned through your many challenges, what makes you such a good citizen, team player, a collaborator, is your understanding of the necessity of structure, the necessity of making responsibilities and roles clear. And when you're clear on what is expected of you and what you collectively expect of one another, you feel grounded, you feel purposeful, you feel practical. And this is important to you right now. In other words, how do you measure if anything's been accomplished if you're not establishing clear expectations for how to measure that? This is about security and stability in a way that absolutely includes comfort, luxury, prosperity, even. And for many of you, the embrace of profit, prosperity, wealth, even, is something that you're understanding in a way that allows you to open and receive that from the universe in a way that you perhaps unconsciously rejected that in the past. I hope this reading is resonating with you so far, Sagittarius. If so, please like this video. Please share this with others who might enjoy it, find it useful or entertaining. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is greatly appreciated. If you are enjoying the content, I will link other videos at the end of this one. And there's also a link in the description box that uh, shows you what you can watch next if you're interested. I pulled the regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. And this feels like it has a lot to do with perhaps the professional or material opportunities that you had in your past that you rejected, that you shied away from, that you were fearful of or threatened by. And when I say threatened, I mean you were afraid that material success would somehow define you in a way that you felt was unsavory, that did not reflect your amazing, free, explorative nature. And you are understanding now the necessity for grounded achievement in a way that does not feel limiting or restrictive to you. And in that way, you are releasing this sense of regret over choices you didn't take in the past. In the present, the Six of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Whoa. This release of uh, the fear of uh, prosperity, the fear of money, the fear of stability, as somehow limiting your natural, free, exploratory spirit, is something that you have had to work for a very long time to understand better. And part of that is digging deep in your experience of the past through your family of origin, looking at the way that perhaps limited resources restricted others, and a way that you felt you couldn't win at the game of stability and security in the world, that you weren't cut out for it somehow, that you were excluded from a sense of accomplishment that uh, made you feel that you didn't belong. You worked through that diligently and quite painfully in excising those experiences from your past that somehow uh, told you you weren't good enough or you weren't deserving of. This is not something that just magically disappeared. However, in part, there is an awareness of, despite your material condition, the humbleness or modesty of what you have, you come to recognize your intense privilege, your intense access to resources that few others will never have access to. No matter what your choices are, no matter what you've done with those resources, you've had a choice. You've had access to education or resources that you now realize you can make available to others. You can generate abundance and show others how to do that by educating them, by offering them resources or services that can build up not only individual prosperity or resources, but it can uplift an entire family, an entire culture. This is about understanding your uh, culture, family culture, in a way that actually is incredibly empowered, that gives you incredible pride and strength in where you come from. And this does not dismiss the hardship that you've undergone, the oppression, real oppression that some of you may have experienced over generations. Nevertheless, you see how it has made you stronger, that it has in many ways chosen you as a harbinger of abundance in the world on your own terms. In the past, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Death card and the Page of Wands. So interesting. I see this Death card as uh, releasing you from an expectation of family and relationship. There is something perhaps that you quested for in your past that you believed would be an automatic no-brainer, as in, I'm going to get married and have a bunch of kids. And it's going to be the most amazing partner anybody could ever have. And this partner is going to love me forever, and I'm going to love them forever. And that story. You have actually struggled with that story. In some ways, as a function of your unique talents and abilities, your sensitivity, your alignment with the earth, whatever it is, this idea of the Sagittarius as the eternal bachelor has come to be somewhat burdensome for you. It's somehow reinforced uh, negative stories about yourself. And having released that, having let that go and realized that we all have different paths and relationship stories, and that what an abundant world that can accommodate whatever our story is. So in many ways, this shows you investing in exactly where you are or who you are, particularly if you have struggled in relationships, significant relationships in the past, if you are really just open to your status as a loving person that may not have a significant lover in your life. This is something that you recognize is on purpose, that you have chosen to maintain a sense of freedom and fairness. You need somebody who respects you are as who you are. And that sense of unfettered fairness and joy that you can share with others is something that has possibly caused you difficulty in your relationships in the past. In the future, the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Swords. Whoa. What a lot of work you've had to do to uncover the negative stories about your worthiness. And these are stories that somehow came through in your family of origin despite your circumstances. And I have a feeling that for many of you, accepting that you experienced some kind of trauma or oppression or emotional violence or unfair treatment has been difficult for you to accept and see even. Part of that is your optimistic personality, your possibly role as a child, as a codependent, as the cheerleader for other members of the family, keeping them going, keeping them up, making them, supporting their resilience when things were very difficult for them. And this has limited your ability to recognize the emotional hurdles you've had to heal and get over until recently. And in fact, the Wheel of Fortune is that this exploration, this openness, this acceptance that you too have experienced trauma like so many others. Uh, it's not a bad thing. It's not in the sense that uh, it's a part of the human experience. Our loved ones sometimes are unintentionally restrictive or unkind or inconsiderate or abandon us with the intent of harming us. Nevertheless, harm has been done. And you're coming to understand that as part of your responsibility in owning your gifts and talents and who you are, and thus being better prepared to embrace the stability, the abundance, the prosperity that you now legitimately seek in your life. I'm going to finish up this reading, Sagittarius, with an flora and fauna of Africa, always paying homage to the motherland and Mother Earth. And I pulled the Arabian camel, and the key word is persistence. Be patient and persistent in your journey. You are on the right path. Be sure to care for yourself first so that you can care for others. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.